So if you're downright disgusted and life ain't worth the time, get a girl with far away eyes. Yeah, well, I was downright disgusted, even though I didn't witness it. The people beyond the imaginary curve on Saturday night, I was looking for it. I look for things, download them with my YouTube downloader, and then take them back here and view them, because that's the only way I can do it. And I was very disappointed when I couldn't find, well, I could actually find there was like a ghost icon of the night's proceedings, but I couldn't download it. And I thought there's something a bit odd about this. And then, of course, I downloaded Merle's Thinking of Vanishing Art. Great episode, actually, Merle. I love the film about the BMX riders. I thought it was absolutely, well, inspiring, spot on. Thanks for that. Anyway, and he explained, you see, I didn't see it, so I'm just going by what he said. And it just seems like an avalanche of total idiots that, for Dell to leave it up, it would have been not a very enjoyable experience for anybody to watch. Excuse my voice, I've got a little bit of a sore throat. I think that's utterly ridiculous, disgusting, and all the time Dell's been on, he has been calling for somebody to come and discuss this situation. Somebody with credentials, because it seems that nobody will listen to anybody else. If you don't have some kind of history in academia, then you are just a no one, which we all know is total nonsense. I'm as qualified as anybody to do what I do, and I'm as qualified as anybody, any human that walks the earth, to figure out what the earth is, and it certainly isn't a spinning ball. So all Dell seems to get is just a shit stain after shit stain. That's all they are. They're just insignificant. I can't even think of a word that's low enough to describe them. Of course, what should really happen is some professor of a college or a university would come on, somebody like Brian Cox. But of course, he would have to have the script written, and Dell would have to read the script as well. So it would all be a beautiful televisual experience. No, that's not going to happen on Beyond the Imaginary Curve. You just have to face the music, answer the fucking questions. Does water bend? If you say yes to that, then that's you're a moron. But first of all, of course, you establish first principles, and that one is, does water bend? Yeah. So obviously, no, it doesn't. And Brian, you're a lying shit. But any professor or some guy with qualifications who works at a university, a doctor or whatever, should come and face the music, but they don't. And why is that? Because they're frightened. They wouldn't become shit stains, but they would stain their underwear with shit. Because if they did come on because they know they are lying, unless you can just lie like Brian Cox. Some people can lie and do it quite well. Sort of, I wouldn't say it's undetectable, but some people are very skillful lying. It's alright, I've got my kettle on, of course. Now, at the moment, I woke up this morning and it was white over, and it's just been snowing more and more, and it's only an inch or two, but it's white over. It's quite. I like to see it, and then after a couple of days, I get sick of it. What I don't like to do is have to dig my way to the road. I don't really like doing that. It's wasted energy for me. I could use that to do something else, a bit more progressive. But so anyway, there's one thing I know that Dell won't do because of the nonsense, and that's give up. There's no way he's going to do that. I mean, I can't speak for him, but he has said that in the past, and I know that he won't stray from that path. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean he'll always be online, because there are other ways, and this isn't it. When I go online, I don't expect everybody to just fall down and say, "Oh no, obviously the Earth's not a ball." That would be a very ignorant and ridiculous thing to think, that you can control everybody through YouTube. But people do try. These total assholes like conspiracy cats, and to give them the titles that they give themselves. Of course, we call them derogatory terms of versions of their voice, of sorry, I'm just looking, their titles. And what's the other one? Simon Dan. Oh my God, I think he's the worst. Now, if people go to their channels and accept what they say without doing any kind of research, all they're doing is, of course, is spouting the rhetoric that they were taught at school, the lies, and if you are wondering what's going on, people are mentioning flat Earth, and you go to their channel and think, oh, yeah, of course, it's just like we learned at school, then you're an idiot as well. Because this is what it's all about. There wouldn't be millions of people who know the Earth is not a spinning ball if the opposite were true. Excuse me, I've just got to sort something out. And of course, these people like Conspiracy Cats and the other one, Sci-Fi Man Dan, they are given lots of support, and you'll also see that the flat earthers who are just spouting bullshit, they're being supported as well by YouTube, because they're steering the people away from the truth. That's so sad. So sad that people fall for this bullshit. I mean, I visit these kind of sites, the latter, not the former, just to see what's going on, see how stupid they are becoming, and they've been derailed or something's happened, just to see how ridiculous they are, just to see, they've obviously been bribed, or something's going on. But people who just stick to the facts, the known truth, you can't go wrong. Oh, it's boring. No, it's not boring. How can it be boring? How can the realization that you're not living on a spinning ball be boring? I don't get that at all. And all that, the sense of wonder that it's given me, I wonder what's over there. When they found, America, the Americas, of course, people still were actually living there, but the Western world, apparently, if we are to believe our history books, found America. Do you think that was it? Oh, well, that's the end of it. Then we've discovered everywhere. Forget it. And that's just the opposite of what I think is true. I think there's more land out there, and we are not allowed to go that far. That's my kettle boiling, excuse me. Yeah, it's almost as if the authorities, so-called authorities, are treading water. They're trying to stop this from getting out. I can see that, or at least slow it down. But as if they're waiting for the next big event, whatever that might be. Now, I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope we just continue as we have. You know, in my lifetime, it's been, you know, the sun hasn't exploded or anything like that. And I just hope it continues like that until I die, which, again, who knows when that will be. But until, you know, for what I'm talking about, for centuries in the future, I hope it's a stable world. But it's as if they're ramping up for something. And, you know, there are all sorts of theories out there, and I do not promote any of them, because I don't know whether they're true or not. But it's interesting to see what people think. Anyway, I can't be too long because I've got to keep moving. It's very cold today, and I can't really light my fire, as I said, until it's dark. So I've actually been making a bed today, which is really good. And I put it on a sort of an angle, so my head is always up. It's about 5 inches from difference tip to tail. It's very good for you, actually. A lot of people suffer from acid reflux, and you can actually give yourself esophageal cancer by lying flat and the acid being in your esophagus. One way to combat it, of course, is to elevate your throat. You can do it with pillows, of course, but pillows move about in the night. Well, mine do. So if you actually just put your bed, and you can do this just by putting blocks of wood under the bed legs, on your head side, of course, the head end, but whatever. But anyway, I love what I'm doing, so I'm going to go back to it. And I just get wrapped up. Anyway, you don't want to know that. So Mike and I have been playing more and rehearsing more. We're trying to get this new song in order. I might give you a little sample of it, but my voice. Great, do you good though, Mike? Yeah. My voice has been, I'm not a singer, I've just got to say this, I am not a singer. My real role is playing the drums. But I can't play the drums at the moment because I've got nowhere to play them. This is what I'm doing, you know. So you've got to, one, forgive my terrible singing and guitar playing, and two, just forgive me. Anyway, Mike's the star, of course, and we all know that. We all congregate around him. Anyway, that's enough of that. And thanks for watching, everybody. And if you've got a spine and you think the Earth is a spinning ball, and you have some link to a university, perhaps you're a lecturer, perhaps you work on the side there, then go on beyond the imaginary curve on a Saturday night and talk to Del. Don't be frightened. He's not a frightening person. He's only frightening if you're an arsehole. Then he'll treat you like an arsehole because you're treating him like one. Anyway, see you later.